At the edge of the forest, there was a clearing with 2 houses. They were surrounded by a dense forest, where they felt safe and secluded from the world. On one sunny day, the owner of the house released 3 young birds. They were full of joy and excitement, talking about the day when the chicks would hatch and a new life would begin. Every day, the owner took care of the birds with endless patience and a little love. They were full of love and hope for a happy life, but they did not know that these birds were actually the guardians of the forest spirits. Every sunny morning, the owner heard a sound to find a bird at the edge of the clearing. The catch was full of fish, and the owner quickly sat down, then went to the forest to see his birds with love and care. But when they returned, their ranks were replenished with a mountain. There were no Japanese left at the place. The warriors had gathered everything around, but neither the Japanese nor their traces were found. They were exhausted, not knowing who had captured their precious Japanese. At the council, it was decided to send a scout and find out that there would be more wounded soldiers. It was necessary to choose a second group. The warriors sent a new scout to start everything over and report back to their own family. The scout was in another place. Time passed, and the warrior himself was covered with snow. The same warrior decided to hunt a boar, but the boar frightened the warrior. They repeated this ritual every day, hoping that their new Japanese would be safe. But one day, the scout returned and saw that the boar had fled. There was no snow in Yitz. At this time, the samurai knew who had killed them. It was the priest and the old man, Yaitsa. He began to argue with her, but the priest interrupted. The priest began to resist, and the samurai realized how Yaitsa was trying to deceive him. The same warrior, a half-gnome and an archer, ran to his friend, a worker. "I don't know what to do," he said. "The priest has taken our Yaitsa hostage." Crab, cunning and resourceful, replied, "Don't worry, friend, we have something to offer." After a few moments, Crab came up with a plan. He suggested that the samurai warrior, whom the innkeeper trusted, go to his support to make a plan. The same warrior went to his wife, the half-elf woman, to explain their problem with the old Yaitsa and to protect his position. "Protect their eggs. Are you sure this will work?" the female crane asked worriedly. "We cannot afford another mistake," she said with concern. The male crane, determined to try, replied, "We have to do something." They decided to stick to their plan after the female laid her eggs again. The next day, the male crane flew to the riverbank and caught small fish. He placed them in a trail leading from the mongoose's burrow to their tree. The male crane hoped to trick the mongoose into coming closer to the nest. Meanwhile, he flew over to the snake's den to lure it out by announcing loudly. Although the crane feared for the safety of the eggs, he knew doing nothing would let the snake eventually find them. The situation was dangerous, but action was necessary. The mongoose, smelling the fish, followed the trail until it reached the tree where the crane's nest was located. It saw the snake approaching the nest. Thinking the snake was a threat, the mongoose attacked first. The two animals fiercely fought, each trying to overpower the other in a fierce battle. The fight continued for a long time until finally the mongoose killed the snake. The nest was safe from the dangerous predator at last. The cranes gathered and took off with a loud noise, a sign that their chicks had hatched. But their celebration was short-lived as they noticed the fishmonger on the trail. They were shocked to see the mongoose, who was fighting with their enemy. Rushing to their nest, they realized that the mongoose had eaten their chicks. This new neighbor turned out to be even tougher. A friend. The stories of the neighbors about the friendship we formed in life. And sometimes we solve problems, not dumb about consequences, and only the neighbor remains. For example, people often take loans to solve problems. In fact, such quick solutions lead to even bigger problems. The result will be disastrous with legal consequences. Try to be calm and think clearly even in difficult times. Evaluate the consequences of your actions. This way, you can solve problems correctly. Do not forget to leave a like and leave a positive comment to motivate us. Please subscribe so you don't miss our new videos. Thank you, and enjoy the following story.